Bengal tiger. It seems scary.
아무것도 아니야. 눈 감아볼래? 눈 딱 감고 100까지만 세고 있어.
Nanobot infestation? Yes, tell them to leave you alone. You should have thought of it. You thought that you lost air and you were feeling sad.
Jang Hyun-soo, adopted through the UTS Genius program and trained as an engineer. As a student, she developed 4D AR lenses. She attempted and failed to assassinate UTS CEO James Sullivan, during which
She wanted to assassinate him? Oh, okay.
Until 4 years ago,
So she has the principles, the ideas to go against
and
him.
is now illegally residing in the orbit. He was sentenced to death before fleeing, and if he ever returns to Earth, he will be promptly executed.
No.
냉장고에 붙여놓을게요. 나 순미가 누군지 알아요. 나중에 나랑 같이 순미 언니한테 가요.
You want to help him to find her?
미안해, 아빠. 아빠가 미안해. 감사합니다. 감사합니다.
Oh. Man, you're that close to have me. No! Don't kill her dad! I swear on earth she's gonna find him back at the end. I don't know. I know. You almost made me cry for their reunion. To kill him 1 minute later?
혹시 저한테 미안하다.
She activated something to explode so she can kill you or something like that. No? That.
Hanging on to the dream, I see. I'm gonna make Dorothy disappear with the factory. Giant mass of space junk falls to Earth. Everyone will think it was the Black Foxes anyway. Who cares if a billion lives are lost? Genetic defects.
Who cares, you said?
Come on.
Oh, really? It's just for the pleasure to torture them, to tempt them?
The price of Dorothy's life. You knew, and you still took it. Now do you see who you really are?
바로 출발을 못해. 꽃님이 지금 공장에 있어. 박씨, 거기가 끌 테니까 엔진 예약부터 해.
You're not gonna give up.
김태호, 넌 할 일이 있잖아. 나랑 박씨도 할 일이 있는 거야.
They're not gonna give up.
가서 순이 찾아.
It's been for a long since the last time we saw you.
40만.
We can get a search craft deployed in less than 5 minutes. For that money, we can find your loved one in 24 hours. Congratulations. You finally did it.
Money, 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 money. 네.
나가서 놀고 있어. 나가서 뭐 사 먹고 와.
That's what she wanted to show you.
박씨, 열리봉 나온 거 맞죠? 대호?
He's back.
갑자기 약속이 생각나가지고.
무슨 약속?
근데 왜 너 자꾸 내 자리 앉고 그래? 아, 나와.
You knew it was.
벌써 일하러 가셨어.
Oh, you want to kill me? Her with her big tears asking for her dad?
그립다. 꽃님이 울어?
That's a real high five.
꽃님이 되어.
누님아, 시간이 빠듯하긴 한데 내가 최대한 밟아볼 테니까.
Do that.
손님들은 빠져. 니들이 상대할 수 있는 놈이 아니야.
You're sacrificing yourself.
잡을 줄 알았지. 이번엔 내 차례야.
Okay for her, but how did you survive? You grabbed her hand? Ugh. It's a little, you know, a die-hard experience right there.
공장이 지구로 떨어진다.
바로 저 아래 지구에 발붙이고 사는 너희 가족들 머리 위로
오야! 아야! 오?
지금 공장의 청소들 목숨이 아깝다면 당장 도망치고 아니면
와서 싸워라.
Even me, I don't understand you when you're talking French. I have to read the subtitles. Nah? All of them. I'm feeling some Armageddon vibes, you know, during that moment. Some US movies. It's not our real name. Ah!
More than 3 billion people are expected to die on Earth if the factory falls.
대호야. 그동안 정말 고마웠다. 나도 너희들과 함께해서 행복했다.
강꽃님. 여기 없어, 이 등신아. 공장 밖으로 나가기 전에 피에라한테 꽃님이를 보내면 돼.
너무 빼고 어디 가요?
우리도 바빠서 잘 가, 꽃님아.
Bon.
그래야 꽃님이를 지킨다. 그래야 지구도 되살리고.
You did the right thing, all of you.
세상 벗어나. I know everything.
But the fact that you're convinced of the contrary.
What happened?
The bomb exploded in outer space. The factory did not fall. Earth has survived.
You saw that, did you help? Oh! They're coming back from work.
Nanobots, the indestructible.
There's a scene at this exact moment.
됐었어. 아빠 그거 해줘.
But it's a memory that.
저는 주로 발라드를 즐겨 부르죠.
어떠냐고?
다 별로. 지금 목소리가 좋아.
아이, 그래도 골라봐. 계속 이 목소리로 살 순 없으니까.
우리는 새 가족이 되었어요. 저는 가끔 지구에 가서 나무를 만들어요. 아빠도 하늘에서 기뻐하실 것 같아요.
우리가 저한테를 나를 보여겠어!
시동 걸어라. 저건 400 나오네.
네?
자, 오늘도 한번 벌어볼까?
Is it to prepare number 2? Maybe to say that it's possible? I don't think that there is an hidden scene somewhere. I'm gonna check just in case. No. No hidden scene. That was a cool movie. They almost had me at several occasions. I was that close to cry. Maybe I had some tears at several occasions into my eyes. But it's really... You know, this movie made me think about some US movies which are, you know, about a big production, a lot of action moments, a lot of money put into it, so the pictures are looking so bright and all, and the story is based on a good idea, but sometimes into it you have some cheesy lines, you have some cliche moments, you have epic music, you know, really pushed during some moments to almost force you to have emotions. And I'm not saying that like I'm against it and I'm criticizing it like, no, you don't have to do that, it's not okay and stuff like that. You know that I appreciate when it's more subtle and all, but it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate also when it's done like that, when, yes, sometimes it's a little bit too much, it's maybe a little cheesy, maybe too epic and stuff like that. Yes, sometimes it's like that, but you know, you have ways to do things right even with that kind of movies. If it's not too much, like really too much, if it's not crossing the line of being ridiculous, you know, of being stupid, if it's not crossing the line of really forcing me to have feelings that much that I'm just totally out of the moment of the emotions because of that, because I can feel that you want me to feel that kind of stuff. So right there, they are not crossing that line. And everything is okay and is good and is great and is going with the mood of this movie, the DNA of this movie, which is sometimes to be a little cliche, a little too much, but they are not crossing the limit. And for that kind of movies, it's a really good one. Do you understand what I mean? Like, it's really that kind of movies which are made like that. It's not just a sci-fi movie, a space movie. It's that kind of space movies with a lot of funny moments, with some cliche moments, with some moments, you know, like it's a little pushed. It's okay. It's, you know, one of the boxes of that kind of movies. Like movies, space movies, they don't have to be all serious. Action movies, they don't have to be all cheesy. Like you can have different boxes, you know, for these movies. Like during this one, I don't know why. Yes, it was at the moment, you know, with all of these random ships attacking, all of these big other ships which are representing the law, you know, in a sort of way. It was not the law right there, it was UTS, it was a firm, I'm gonna talk about it later. But you know, that moment made me think of, what movie? It's not a Bruce Willis movie, it's a Will Smith movie, the one I'm thinking about. I lost it. Independence Day, that's it. During that moment, I thought of Independence Day because, you know, of all of these random ships attacking the big alien ship. Do you remember that moment? With one of them sacrificing himself, you know, the one that we thought was stupid and alcoholic and all of that, he's sacrificing himself. Like, I hope that I'm not spoiling you anything with that. Yes, it made me think of that moment. I know that you can't really compare the moments, but you know, with the intention behind it, with how it was done, it made me think of Independence Day. And I think that, like for Independence Day, it's the same kind of space movies. Do you understand what I mean? Like right there, they are not fighting aliens, and it's a total other story with the nanobots, with that firm. Again, I'm gonna talk about it later. Like, total different story, total different culture also for the production and stuff like that. Like, it's not a US production, it's a Korean production. It's really totally different with the idea behind it, with everything about it. But for the kind of movie, it's the same kind of movie, in a way. It's pretty cool, I loved it. It's pretty cool, and for that kind of movie, it was a really good one. Okay, about the story, the fact that it's not a robot, you know, that girl, I want to pronounce it right. Kotimer, more something like that. I don't want to call her Dorothy, because Dorothy, it's not her real name, and it's the name that they gave to her to say that she was a robot, but in fact she was not. She is not, I mean. She's a human being, and she has nanobots, you know, into her, and that's why she can do all of that, but she's not a robot. In a way, I prefer that, because of that, we don't have all of the discussion about humanizing a robot, about saving a robot, you know, all of that discussion that we can have in some other movies by humanizing them, sacrificing them or not, you know, all of that. Right there, she's a human being, so we don't have that discussion. And for that kind of movie, and also for all of what they wanted to do around that, and to denounce also around that, I think that it was better to make that choice. All of this thing, you know, about Earth, we can't live on it anymore because it was so used, so polluted, and all of that. But in fact, we are seeing it really at the first scene of this movie, that nature can come back, but it's humans who are not even trying anymore, who are not paying attention to it, who are not taking care of it. And someone else, a big firm, is taking advantage of it by creating all of these things, you know, around the planet, and even trying to do something else on another planet, and choosing people who are going on that planet. You can go on it only if you have enough money. You know, it was an interesting subject, discussion about better than saving Earth, you know, trying to save Earth. We are just trying to find another solution out there, you know, by colonizing another planet and doing something great, you know, out there, better than to save Earth. Like, it's also a discussion that you can find right now with scientifics and stuff like that. The fact that we are really putting a lot of money on exploring space to try to find a planet on which it's possible to live on. All of these studies about Mars, like, do we have life on Mars? Can we have life on Mars? So maybe one day we can live on Mars, when we already know that it would be so difficult to live on Mars. Again, watch The Expanse if you want to know. But also just the fact that we are putting so much money and so many efforts, you know, on imagining maybe one day living on Mars, when we could use all of that money, all of that time, all of these researches on trying to find a way to save Earth. So that's why I think that it was a good way to present it and to talk about it during this movie. Oh, I don't have a lot of battery to finish this review, so I'm saying it to you right now just in case. Bye bye! If you want to have the extended reaction part for this video, this movie, you have my Patreon for that. And you can choose on the first Wednesday of each month at 10 AM French timing. If you're subscribing to the movie level, you can choose the next movie that I'm gonna react to. That's it. Bye bye, just in case. Okay, so I was saying that it was an interesting conversation to have, and how they did it, it was great. That villain, you know, Sullivan, all of the things around him, Like, I don't think that you needed to make him that old, you know, all of that thing about the fact that he's that old, but he managed to stay, you know, like that. I'm not sure that it was interesting to make something around that. Like, you could have done the same with just a random guy who is thinking like that and doing the exact same things. I'm not sure that it was truly useful. All of what he's doing, sometimes there is no real sense behind it because he's acting really cruel for no reason, when clearly with how he's functioning, with his intentions and his ideas, he could just kill people and that's it, you know, like he would have resolved the issue. I'm thinking about the journalist, like I'm thinking about Teo and that offer that he made to him. Like, it's really taking a risk to tempt these guys, to torture them also by tempting them like that, when you know that they can go after you just like that also. Do you understand what I mean? For some moments, that villain didn't convince me because his actions, his decisions were not really logical. The idea behind him, the idea behind all of what he's doing, that was a good one, but himself, I think that they put too many things on this villain without really being necessary, you know. Like, all of these things were not necessary. They could have used other writing methods, you know, to make him do things or to make him go at these places and all, without using these methods, you know, these reasons for him to intervene, for him to be right there. Do you understand what I mean? It was really choices, you know, of how to write this character. This character, him, his existence, what he's doing and all, everything is great, but what they put on this character to make him a little more interesting, in fact, it's not interesting because it's not logical or necessary. So I'm not sure. The other characters, you know, that team, they were really great. And all of them were really well done because we explored, you know, all of them, their attitudes, their backgrounds, and that was cool. Suni, like, I'm not sure that I understand that moment. For me, the girl is dead. You know, the fact that he's joining her and she still looks like that, and it's into a memory and is never finding her again. So it means that she was really dead since a long time. That's what I thought. But still, you managed to connect yourself with her through nanobots? I don't understand. The fact that they killed her dad, you know? Kamina dad's like... No! Really, that surprised me. The fact that they are killing, you know, all of the black foxes. They are not killing the crew, but still they are killing the dad. Okay, I understand why killing the dad, because he really wants to have his daughter and you can't take that risk and all, but do the same for the crew, like in that case, kill everyone. And the fact that it's happening like that, it's really to show us, like, we're gonna kill him. And just after the reunion with his kid, like, oh, it didn't feel fair and right at all. It shocked me. Like, it was really a decision made by the writers, like, we're gonna make that moment really bad, really cruel. It was not right. But yes, all of the other characters were cool. They all had something deep, you know, like Uncle Tiger, Teo, or Jung. They all had something. Even, you know, the robots, in fact, Bubs, with all of that thing about his identity, they made something around it, and that's cool. That's pretty cool, I love it. Okay, I'm really gonna stop this review right now because I don't have any battery anymore. It's all for me and for you for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.